Okay, so um, we're gonna do an action creator now because we were working on the confirm delete, and we looked at this mixin, which is from mixins projects util. We go here and we look at the leave mixin, and it shows a modal, and then it calls model.leave. So here's the model, the project model, and it has this nice little function here called leave, which looks very much like an action creator. So what we're going to do is translate this into our React style action creators. So we have our team view action creators, and we have a sort action creator already. So the set lead one is the one I want to model it after, which is in our main data projects action creators. Was it? No, it was in hosts here. Yeah, load host and set lead. This is the two actions that go with this view. I created this hosts directory specifically for this view, this one. So we're going to use Optimus so that the UI updates immediately. So I guess we'll just put it here for now, and maybe move it later if we need to. We're going to call this leave project, and we're going to need the host ID. So host ID and the URL for the project, which is going to require the project ID. So we're going to need the project ID also. So here's the URL. It's the same URL. Hosts. It's a delete. Yeah, it's a delete. It's a call to the same URL but delete. Unset host ID trigger leave. Apps undefined model project leave. Yeah, it's all backbone stuff. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do a JSON XHR, and it's a delete, and it's the same URL, but the host ID, and not this. Payload is host ID and project ID, and we need an action type. So leave project. Okay. I mean, this was super easy because basically all the hard work of doing this guy was already done the first time. Okay, so I think that's good. We do want to add it to the action types. Leave project. I'm wondering if this shouldn't go under projects. No, it should go here because it hits the same endpoint. Leave project. Yeah, so it's basically the same endpoint as this, as the get for loading the hosts. Delete this host. Okay. And then there's like this backbone stuff. I may have to do this. I may have to do event after event.trigger, but I'm not sure if we'll need that quite yet. So I'll add that later if we need it. Okay, so we have a leave project action creator. So now we go back to our container. and we bind it. Leave project, and this is in hosts actions. Leave project. Very easy to add that there. And then we can just pull it out of props. So I should add it to prop types before I forget. Leave project. This is like easy. Required. And then pass it here. So then we pull it out of props. Leave project. I feel like we should pull stuff out of props first. It's generally the flow. And then we pass it here. Leave project into the project modal. Okay. And then fix that. In our leave project modal, we will get leave project function. Leave, what did I do? Prop types dot function that is required, and then we call it with the what did it take? The project ID and the host ID. Host ID and the project ID. So we get the project name and the type. Project, I guess we'll just pass it. Project ID and the host ID. Host ID, prop types dot string, and the project ID. Damn it. Okay. And then we call it our action creator, and then hide the modal. And that should optimistically update the UI. Will that? I may need to write a reducer that removes it. Yeah, because it won't call load hosts again. So that's good. So now when we call it, we're going to have to give it the host ID, and the project ID. Okay. And we don't have a host ID defined. Let's put it right. It doesn't really matter. Host ID equals get host ID and project ID. I feel like I should just alphabetize these. There's so many. And then project ID, same thing. Lots of repetition here. Okay. And that should do it. Okay. So, and then, but then I'm want the UI to update. So I need to write a reducer for it. See, here's the load host. It's going to be like this, but leave project. And we're going to get a host ID. And we'll get also the project ID, but we don't need that. How do I, now how do I remove omit. I think I do an omit. Yeah, see, it's just a map of by ID to the hosts. So I think I'll do this. I'll return lodash.omit the spread state with the host ID. Would that do it? Spread that, omit from the state the host ID, trailing comma. That looks weird, but I think that'll work. Yeah, because this is a reducer that gets composed, and, so our hosts are basically just mapped into state here by ID. So if I omit this, yeah, that should do it, I think. Leave project. Oh, and then not resolved. We have to wait for loading to resolve, but this is optimistic. So we don't wait for it to resolve. All right, I think that'll work. Hopefully. So that built. This is gonna be hard to undo this action though, because once you leave the project, it like getting back into it is. I'm gonna have to log in as Steve or something. Okay, so if I go now, let's resolve. Let's clear this. Let's clear our network requests and filter by calls to API. And let's see. Are you sure you want to leave the project? Test project. Leave project. Boom! Look at that. Where is the request? There it goes. There it is. So it was this one, hosts, delete, 204. Yeah. Console, leave project resolve, leave project. How about them apples? Worked on the first try. And I'm gone, out the project. Perfect. Shit. So yeah, I don't have anything commented out that I need to clean up. Let's commit that. So I like to do a get status first, and then do diff. So we added the leave project, uncommented it, and implemented it, and added it to the TVU container. Added the, yeah, okay. So git commit, add leave project action, and reducer, the action creator, and reducer, and call from leave project modal. Boom. Okay, that was like super easy. Okay, so that's, oh, and then and so then next, where did it go? Next, here we go. We were doing the confirm delete, and then we have one more step, and that's the actual remove teammate modal, which is just gonna be more of the same stuff, but you got to see an action creator.